you might think you're at the wrong channel because I actually have friends in these videos. Anyway, notice they didn't chime in and say they are my friends. I just picked them up, actually. Anyway. What's going on, everyone? Shred Everyday coming back at you with another video. It's funny, when I film, I always think I get a good intro, and then when I'm going back and reviewing footage, I never get a good one. But anyway, this is the video that I have plugged in my other videos coming up. I'm just gonna say it. It's Whistler. We went to Whitler Blackcomb in British Columbia, and it was insane. Great, great mountain. Whistler Blackcomb is just two legendary mountains, and I mean, the scenery there, I cannot tell you enough. It is absolutely beautiful. We went there at the end of last season, so they had quite a bit of snow, and it was insane. The greatest part, we got to go with a group of people, and it's always good to ski with friends. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, you go out, hang out with friends, and you shred some runs, you know what I'm saying? It was fantastic. We had a great time. Just to talk about the group really quick, there was Daniel, Shay, Jeremiah, Ashley, James, Jasmine, and Jackie. So a lot of J names. But anyway, the first bit of the videos you'll see is probably with Shay, Daniel, Ashley, and Jeremiah. They're a great group to go skiing with. Again, varied ability levels, and the greatest thing is I had them film some of the reviews, so you'll get to hear how some of the different skill levels approached different runs. So hopefully it will be a little bit more in depth, a little bit more entertaining, because it's not just me talking. But anyway, if we can do this right, I'm going to warp now over to the gondola. We'll see you there. Anyway, we are at Whistler in British Columbia. Whistler needs no introduction. It is a stellar mountain. The conditions are crisp and nice. Daniel, what are you excited for?
To ski from the top all the way down to the bottom.
Very good one. Shay?
Just a ski engine. I try to survive the day.
No. All right, Jeremiah.
It's gonna be a blast. That's
I like. See, he's actually got some energy. We aren't used to that on the channel. And Ashley, what are you excited for?
I want to make it to the glacier and the ice cave.
Make it to the glacier and ice cave. So we're gonna do the greens today. We're gonna review some of those, show you how to get down. We're going up the Creekside Gondola right now. Hold on. They get too long, they're harder to edit. All right, so
is it in photo? No, it's in.
I was about to take off, and then you asked that question. Daniel. Phylum. No. All right, so we are going up the Creekside Gondola right now. We are staying at a place called Needle Lake Lodge. We're going to review that as well in some of the videos, so stay tuned for that review. But currently going up the Creekside Gondola, and then you hit, what's that next lift up?
Big Red.
Big Red Express?
Yep, Big Red Express.
Then we're going to hit the Big Red Express, which is kind of your access to a lot of green runs, right? Because we looked at the trail map, and it doesn't look like off the Creekside Gondola there's many green runs at all.
No.
Right?
There's one, but it takes you all the way to the bottom, and based on our review and information, you want to stay higher on the mountain to enjoy less crowds.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you want to skip the crowds, stay up further. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to review some green runs off the Big Red Express. So we'll catch you on the mountain. Are y'all ready? Woo! All right, Shred It fans, we just finished shredding one of the greens as we talked about earlier in the gondola. We're reviewing some of the greens today in this video. So we just finished Pony Trail and Bear Cub. Every time I get in front of the camera, I forget which trails we did. Anyway, yeah, we just finished those and we have kind of a mix of skill levels. So you'll hear from the different people on what they thought about the steepness, width, condition, and fun. So we're gonna start out with Daniel all the way at the end, and he's gonna talk about steepness, right?
Width.
Width. Ha-ha! He's gonna talk about width. So here he is.
That's the width starting out all the way at the top. It is incredibly wide. You can just zigzag all the way across the mountain as much as you want. When you get further down the mountain on those runs, it gets a little bit narrow, but it's still incredibly wide. You can probably go 7 to 8 people wide, easy.
Probably.
Just going down the run.
How many would that be in horses?
I don't know. I don't know the breadth of a horse.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm sorry. But it's incredibly wide, incredibly easy and fun to just zigzag back across the mountain if that's what you want to do.
How many, out of 5 green circles, what would you give it for width?
At the top, pure 5 because it's as wide as you can imagine. Further down, probably getting in the 4s and 3s.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Jeremiah, you're doing steepness, right?
All right, so in terms of the steepness, it was probably a little bit steeper than what your typical green would be, depending on where you're coming from, of course. But there was one part that we initially saw that we all thought was really steep, but really I thought that was pretty much just the shadows that made it look steeper than it really was. So as far as that, I'd say probably as far as compared to say like green, say if you've been to somewhere, say like Loveland or Copper or Park City in Utah, somewhere around there, I'd say it's probably just maybe a little bit of a higher level green than say some of those. But in terms of steepness, I'd say probably give it about 4 green circles.
4 green circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was a place where it got a little bit steep, I think, for most greens. So yeah, 100% agree. So as far as the conditions go, we got Ashley over here and she's gonna talk a little bit about the conditions.
Hey, the conditions were very good overall, and I think at the top was the best. It was groomed, so it felt pretty soft, powdery, and then as you got further down, it got a little bit crusty, a little bit icy, but not too bad, really.
What would you give it? 4 out of 5? 5
I
out
would
of...
give it 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
Yeah.
4 out of 5 little green circles. And finally, last but not least, we have Shay to bring you how much fun we all had. Shay?
I had a great time, and I think we all did on this run. I will say at the very top, the views are great, especially coming down Bear Cub. There was some just beautiful views, a clear day today for the most part. In the sun, had a great time. It got a little bit more dicey as we hit Pony Trail, just for me, because I'm one of the more beginner riders. And so you had to focus a little bit more, and the views weren't quite as good since it was in the shade. But overall, I would say the top was a good 5 green for me. And then a little bit lower, I'd probably take it down to a 4, but overall, a really great run.
All right, there you have it, folks. A quick little green run to kind of warm up the day and get everything started. So that should do it for this video. I'm gonna try to throw in a little bit of the tourism that Whistler and Creekside have to offer as well. Maybe some food that we eat and shops that you can go look at.
If you enjoyed this video by Shred Every Day, give that like button a smash, and also subscribe for the latest content in all of your skiing.
That's really good.